Let me start off here and show you how I cut my styrofoam. You get more out of it, I guess you would say. I cut these pieces sideways like this. As you can see, here's a square piece here. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to go down like this with it. Cut it a little bit like this, right down to there like that. There we go. Now I got this end here that I just cut off, correct? Now I will cut this. You could use a straight knife for this instead of the hot cutter. But I'll just do this now for just to show. And then I got my next piece, and as you can see, I haven't really wasted anything. It all works together here. Like that. Here's another piece I got here. Let me straighten this end out here. Right. These are 2-inch, I think, 1.5 inch. Anyway, and I will just take this and cut this down like this here. The long ways. And you got another piece you can put here if you want. There you go. And you've pretty much, you don't have hardly any waste except when you, obviously, I'll show you in the next step how I use a rasp to smooth everything out. All right, once I've glued them down with, this is actually a different spot. This is already done because I got to wait for the liquid nails to dry. These obviously are already dried. So the next step is I take this guy right here, and I just start doing this with it. Just level everything out. Obviously, I'm going to put rock faces here. So, not far with that. Right. Anyway, let me finish taking off the big chunks, and then I hit it with some sandpaper to sort of smooth it out. And then I will show you what I do next after that. I'll paint it and put on my ground goop. All right, once I vacuumed all those big pieces out, and I'm going to take some like 80 grit sandpaper, over it with the 80 grit a little bit here, smooth it out a little bit. Get all the big chunks out so they don't mix in with the paint. Alright. There you go with that. And then you got this is like a 100 grit here. And then I hit it with the thinner grit, the 180. And I'm going to vacuum this. All right, then that's all vacuumed off. Pretty easy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with, over here, with this colored latex paint over the top of this. Of course, just lay around thick. I mean, this is one step that you don't have to do this. I mean, or you could do this because I'm putting something over this. I'm just doing it just to have extra color underneath in case something chips off. This is really overkill, but you could actually basically just paint this now with this brown color, let it dry, and then do your your ground cover. But of course, I'm going to put another a layer on here. And if you guys wanted to, instead of using what I use, you could just use a Sculptamold, or like I said, just a paint. This is just latex tan paint. I got it either Lowe's or Home Depot. It was mistake paint actually, so I got the gallon for about $5, and it's flat. Make sure it's flat. And that's that. Okay, now I'm going to make my ground goop, and I use, it's basically the ingredients are latex paint, cup of celluclay, cup of vermiculite, and a half a cup of white glue. Which is here. Let me show you. This is the recipe here for ground goop. And I'm going to use a smaller cup because I don't want to make that much, but you can use bigger cups, but I'm going to use the smaller one because obviously you throw that away when you're done. Okay. And of course, here it is after I've mixed it all up. Sort of like peanut butter stick. And if you don't want to use the ground goop, you can always use the Sculptamold here. Fast Mache, same stuff. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. Alright, my paint is dry now. Almost dry. A little wet still. But now I'm going to add the ground goop. Here's the stuff here. Hit it with some ground goop. There we go. Spread this on like this here. Okay, that looks good, huh? And of course, once the ground goop dries, this is what it looks like. Right here. Sorry, pieces of styrofoam there. But gives a nice texture. And of course, then you add your dirt, your ground foam, and eventually your trees. Part 2, I'm going to put a backdrop in, then we'll do some ground cover and put some rock faces on here. Anyway, that's it for part 1.